The Wiregrass United Way has done it again, hitting its $2.9 million fundraising goal this morning. Now that's good news because achieving this means the Wiregrass Foundation will chip in another $450,000. 40 nonprofit agencies receive vital funding from this organization.
We wanted to make sure that we had enough to take care of those agencies and the citizens of the Wiregrass that they serve.
Wiregrass United Way Executive Director Walter Hill praised volunteers who gave their time to this fundraising effort.